Hello everyone, sorry for all of that. I have no idea what the heck is going on. Appreciate those who did tweet to me to let me know that there was some issues. This has just been fun and games here tonight, so if you are there in the chat, please let me know that you can hear me and that everything is okay. We're going to get to track just now. We'll go through lineups later on because too long has been over just now. So we are going to get ourselves onto the racetrack. Apologies for the delay, folks. No idea what's been going. Just nothing's went right today. Just something about me and round one that just doesn't like, you know? I just really don't know what's going on, but we shall see. Apologies, everyone, but I have now got this up, so I won't go playing about with things. Let's just bring up some details and see who is on a lap. Thank you very much for sticking with me, though. I do appreciate that. We are on track, and we've got 18 drivers here tonight. And we're currently watching CRG Liam, and just since I have everything slightly working at the moment, happy birthday to Liam as well. I believe he turned 18 just yesterday too. So Williams driver making his debut for the team here tonight, celebrating a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to him, and he'll be looking to try and make a winning impression here tonight as well, trying to make that a birthday to remember by rounding it off with a victory. He is currently on pole position at the moment as well. He's got a 1 minute 18.714, two times clear of the Alfa Romeo of Oscar Marino, who is sitting there, the Spaniard, doing pretty well at the moment. Domi in the Haas is in third, with Gamer in the Red Bull in fourth. Surface in fifth position. Ayamote, who is in the other Haas, in a bit of traffic at the moment behind the Mercedes of Lee Finlay. He's in sixth position just now. And we've got Dario in the McLaren coming up behind these two as well on his outlap. He's in seventh at the moment. The other Alfa Romeo of Andreas is in eighth as Blizzard goes to the top of the standings by 26 thousandths of a second from his teammate. He's put himself now in the provisional pole. Excuse me, that puts Andreas down to P9 in the Alpha. Zach is in 10th in the Alpha Tauri. Caden Forbes in 11th in the other Red Bull. We've got Boss in the other McLaren just coming out of pit lane. He's in 12th at the moment. Johan in the Ferrari is 13th. IGK Gooley in the other Alpha Tauri. He's in 14th. Suso in the Racing Point in 15th. There's Lee Finlay, Chinese Grand Prix winner from last season. He is 16th. Cometa Samu Bean, he's in the Renault, he's in 17th, and Mikey, I'm probably going to go Mikey, he is in 18th position. So 9.5 minutes to go here in the session, and it has been fun and games. My name is Andy Campbell. It's just me you've got here tonight. My commentating partner in crime, Mr. Kieran McGinley, is currently resting up after doing the Circuit de Barcelona 24-hour race just yesterday and into this morning. He was on the night shift last night as well, so he will be shattered, I would imagine. Game sounds a bit loud. Okay, thank you very much. I will just adjust that there. Just let me do a few adjustments. Just let me know if anything is a bit too loud or not. Unfortunately, my OBS reset itself completely, so all my sounds have gone all over the place over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, so drivers on the track at the moment. Just while we are watching some of them out there just now, let's just use a little bit of this time to just go through some of the runners and riders, so to speak. I know I started doing it with the previous stream before everything went tonto, basically. So let's use a little moment just now, and we will use this time to run you through some of them on the screen real quickly. So there is your Williams lineup for the season. You got Blizzard and Liam, the birthday boy from yesterday. They take over from Danny MG, of course, and also from Williams Jim Sven. Danny, of course, gone off to esports, along with a few other drivers as well that we've seen in the past. So we wish them all the very best of luck. On to McLaren with their all-Italian driver lineup. They've got IGK, Dario and the boss in there, and they're both making their debuts here in AOR F1 as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they get along as the season goes by. Mercedes we've touched on already, haven't gone through everybody, but they've got the Flying Scotsman Lee Finlay, who is currently the only driver in the field, because of all the transitional side of things, who is a race victor here in the top tier of AOR. Him and Mikey, who's making his debut here in AOR F1. Racing Point, we can see Suzo, who had the best result at P2 in F2 last season, along with SHZ Aero, who's a former F3 champion and also had a couple of P2s last season in F2. They're racing for the Racing Point team. And yes, I did say Racing Point. Next up, Alpha Tauri. Obviously the blue and white, very well known from today, I'm quite sure. If you've not seen the Italian Grand Prix, go watch it as soon as this is finished. They have all IGK, all French driver lineup of Zach and Gulli as well, both making their debuts here in AOR. Alfa Romeo, you can see there they've got an all Spanish lineup, S20, Andreas, AG and Oscar Merino. Oscar making his debut in AOR, while Andreas got P4 once in F3 in season 18, having taken a season out last year, didn't do season 19. Renault has Surface moved from Toro Rosso, what is now AlphaTauri, he's now in the black and yellow machine. He had the best result at P6, but what could have been in China if the rain had came just a couple of laps earlier. He is joined by Kometa Samubin, who had the best result of one victory last season in F2 while fighting for the championship. Second to last, we've got the Haas team, and they have IGK Domi, who's his debut full season, but he did do a couple of races in F1 at the end of last season as a reserve. He got P3 in the finale in Brazil as well. He's joined by his other IGK teammate, all Italian lineup there of Ayamote. Best result at P1 twice in F2 as he challenged for the title. And then finally we finish up with the Scuderia. Ferrari, who have not had the best of times recently, last two seasons finishing bottom of the standings on both occasions. They've got Johan and they also have Hercules. Now Hercules doesn't have a number at the moment, he's not picked one. I think he's on holiday at the moment, so that's why his side is a bit blank. He has had a P3 in F2 last season, while Johan had a P1, so they'll be hoping to revive the forms of the Scuderia, and considering how the Scuderia's been this season, they need all the reviving they can get right about now, let's be perfectly honest with that one. But that is your driver lineup, so thank you very much for the patience we got there, and it's a CRG 123 at the moment. Liam has just put himself back on to top of the standings. He's just done a 1 minute 18.551 there from the Williams driver that we're looking at just now. So very nice lap there from him. His teammate Blizzard just coming across the line at the moment. Does improve there, does Blizzard, but only by a little bit. He's just now 0.08 of a second down on his teammate and the other CRG driver, Gamer. So Hercules is not here, so that's okay. Well, no one told me that, so you know, there you go. I'm not going to say anything. Gamer in third position there, he's about 2 times down at the moment. Domi in the Haas in fourth, just under 3 times down. Lee Finlay in fifth, with Oscar Merino in sixth, Mikey seventh, Johan eighth, Kaiden Forbes in ninth, and Surface rounding out the top 10. We'll just ride on board with the Greek driver here in the Renault as he comes up towards the line on his latest lap. Let's see if he can make any improvement. 5 times down at the moment, and he goes up to P3 with a nice end to the lap there, just under 2 times down on pole position. He'll be hoping for a bit of better luck last season. He was always the kind of guy that was there or thereabouts some races and then just luck hit him at the wrong time. So we'll be hoping for a lot better this season round here in the Renault. Definitely got the speed to do so, so we'll definitely need to keep an eye on his progress as the year goes on. Let's have a wee look at Ayamote now, who's actually on his way back to pit lane. So we'll jump away from the Italian and we'll go on to the Spaniard of Andreas AG in the Alfa Romeo, coming through turn 13. Got a green flag up ahead, so the yellow flag is behind. Maybe someone's slowing down. No, yellow flag is up ahead, but going to green again. So someone maybe just going slow through pit lane. And Andreas is going to pit lane as well. So no choice there to stay on board at all. Here is Dario in the McLaren. The McLaren had a good season last year with Blizzard and Lee Finlay. A good number of podiums. Lee taking that victory in China as well that we mentioned. And he'll be looking to try and keep the team at the top. Obviously, I had a decent result today as well at Monza, which I'm doing my best not to spoil, but surely you'll have seen everything by now. But what could have been in that race for them in real life? What a topsy-turvy Italian Grand Prix it was as well, especially the second half of the race. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. He's about to start a lap. We've only got 2 minutes left in the session. And we'll see what goes on there. As he comes up to start his lap, let's just jump on board with Dario. I know we've done the Scott lap in the original segment of the stream before everything went pop. So let's just jump on board with Dario since he's starting a lap here into turn 1. Look at it, taking it in 5th gear there. A lot of curb on the exit. DRS down towards turn 3. The car up ahead is Ayamote and the Haas staying out the way. Braking just after that green flag screen there. Down to 2nd gear, then back up to 4th quickly. Throwing it around turn 4. Tricky corner, very deceptive. Flat out through turn 5. Underneath the trees there's a car up ahead as well. Looks like maybe one of the Red Bulls or the Reynolds. It is one of the Red Bulls, a Gamer. Nicely through turn 6, 7 and 8 there. It was very nice from Dario. He's going to get a bit of a slipstream off a Gamer. Coming up to turn 9. Another tricky braking zone. You can use a lot of curb and the sausage curb, but he's lost the back end and that's possibly got him wing damage as well. So we jump off board just to see if he's slowing up at all, and yes he is. So just shows you how easy it is to make a mess, and I don't think he'll have enough time with that wing damage. No, he's not. So that's the end of his qualifying session. Just gets out of the way of the AlphaTauri, who then jams the brakes on and is not happy. Zach is not happy there. He was on a hot lap and now he's actually blocking Dario. I don't know if he's doing it to retaliate or if he's doing it just to show his displeasure or whatnot. I'm not too sure, but it wasn't. I don't think Dario was trying to block there. He wasn't trying anything out towards, I don't think. But yeah, oh my, that could be a fun one in the stewards room. You can see the cars coming round now with 36 seconds to go. And you can see there's Liam, currently on pole position, birthday boy for the today. He's just waiting up ahead. I think that might be his teammate Blizzard, it is indeed. He's about to start his lap. You see everybody so far is taking the soft compound of tyres. Yellow flag in sector 3 will be cars slowing down to avoid getting in the dirty air off the car up ahead. As we follow Liam up towards turn number 3. Checkered flag is now out, so we'll just work our way through the order. Put the track map up for a wee moment. There's a Ferrari of Johan coming to the end of his lap, so we'll jump on board with him, see if he can improve on P10, and he does. Goes up to P6, 3 times down from the top of the standings. So the Racing Point coming through, but I can't find the friggin' thing on my screen. Suso, there he is. He's just coming through. Can he go better than P12? He does indeed. He goes up into P6, so he actually beats Johan with that lap. So that's very nicely done indeed. Caden Forbes now coming through to complete his latest lap. Where is he going to go? It's an improvement, but he's invalidated somewhere along the lines. Gamer is into pit lane, so he's not going to complete his lap. Dommy's into pit lane as well, while Ayamote just went through and went up into P8. Lee Finley's halfway around his lap as his teammate Mikey goes up into P5 to end his session. Surface retires from the session, just trying to see who's going to be closest to coming over the line. It looks like it's going to be Oscar Moreno, and then Andreas's Liam goes even faster. Goodness me, I missed him coming through on the map. 1 minute 18.4, 10th clear of anyone else. Last one to cross the line is going to be the McLaren of MD Il Boss, and he's going into pit lane. So that is your grid for the Australian Grand Prix round number 1 at season 20. And what a start there for Williams, picking up where they left off. Totally new, brand new driver lineup, but it makes no difference to the result. It's a 1-2 for Williams, and they will be very, very pleased with that indeed. I am absolutely sure of that one. Very, very good lap there from Liam. 1 minute 18.4, 10th clear, his teammate Blizzard in second. But look at that, the entire field covered by less than a second, all the way down to P18. So although there's been the commotion about the driver placements, a few people dropping out, etc., it is still a very, very, very close field, and this could be a very interesting racing lead. But the birthday boy is on pole position for round number 1 of the season, We have a fantastic lap around the Albert Park Street Circuit, and there you are, a 1 minute 18.479 confirms it. His teammate 1 minute 18.6, 1/10 down. Surface up there in third for the Greek driver, he'll be happy with that. 2 tenths down, just ahead of Domi, the Italian up there in fourth. Mikey in fifth, beating his more experienced teammate Lee Finley, who's only down in 11th. Oscar Moreno in sixth, Gamer 7th, Suso in 8th, Johan 9th, and Ayamotti in 10th, all starting on the hard compound tyre. Top 10 covered by just over 4 tenths of a second. It's Lee Finley, Boss, Caden Fords, Andreas, Dario, Gully. I missed the last two because I was too slow. Typical of me. But then again, I don't expect very much from me. As you can see on screen at the moment, we've got the classic lap back for this season as well. And now you've got the fantastic Braun BGP 001, only raced for one season in the hands of Jenson Button and in the hands also of Rubens Barrichello. And, well, Button took the championship, took 6 of the first 7 races as well. 2.4 litre V8 Mercedes shoehorned into the back of what was basically the Honda chassis that was made before Honda pulled out right at the end of the season, which was a little bit cheeky in my opinion, but not my choice. I'm looking forward to this. This should be quite an interesting race. The field covered by a second. We've got some quick drivers up at the front, expecting Williams to be right up there once again, just like they were last season with Danny and Williams, Jim Sven. Liam and Blizzard picking up the mantle on that one and running with it one more time. So Williams looking good once again, but there's a lot of good quick drivers in this field. We're going to need to be very careful to see what people can do. And a lot of them, for me personally, are people I've not really seen before. So it's something, I'm going to be learning as I go along here too. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one as we move along. But the formation lap is now getting underway. If I can hit the right buttons. That was the smoothest cutscene you've ever seen. Well done, Andy. Oh, goodness me. It's all going to absolute pot, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look and see what tyres everyone's got on. As obviously top 10 are on the soft compound tyres. Lee Finley's gone for the medium. Boss has gone for softs outside the top 10. Interesting choice there from the McLaren driver. Hard compound for Caden Forbes in the Red Bull. Andreas and Dario have gone for the medium, as has Samu Bean at the back of the grid, and the two Alpha Tauris, nearly said Toro Rosso, two Alpha Tauris have gone for the hard compound tyre. So this is going to be interesting. Pit stops will be an interesting one. We'll get the strategy graphic probably pop up at some point when I'm least expecting it, which is something I really do wish they would fix, because it'd be nice to have it up just about now. That's perfectly sure. But anyway, looking forward to the race. Who knows why people have gone for Hardsworn? I mean, maybe some of them just feel a bit more comfortable on it. It's certainly surprised me. I was expecting to see a lot more medium runners in there, so I'm surprised to see even 3 people going for the hards, but you never know. I wouldn't mind a weather report, actually. Yes, please, especially if it's going to be interesting. I'm going to get my hopes up now, and you're probably going to tell me that it's dry all the way through. But yes, I would love a weather report. That would be absolutely fantastic, please. Enlighten us. Give us a bit of an idea of what we can expect here tonight as your driver, Liam and Blizzard. 1-2 on the grid for CRG. They'll be happy with that. Meant to rain at the end of the race. Well, we had a wet race here last season, remember, absolutely soaking the whole way through. And Danny lost it by making a pit stop and couldn't make the time back up. But if rain's due at the end, that's going to make things very interesting indeed. But as the drivers line up on the grid here, AOR is back. Season 20 is here. Let's see if we can find a camera angle that's not terrible. There we go. That's much more like it. 5 red lights are on. Round number 1 is underway, and what do the starts look like up front? It looks like Domi is, well, the graphics gone wrong because everybody's ghosting, unfortunately, but the Williams lead into turn number 1, side by side there between Mikey and the Racing Point, and it's a little bit all over the place at the moment, so I'll do my best to keep up, but the Williams are definitely in the lead despite what that graphic says on the screen. Liam leading from Blizzard. We've got battles going on behind. That is Domi, I believe, getting up into P3 ahead of Surface. So he's had a pretty good start there. We get a yellow flag somewhere in the background. Ayamotti dropping backwards somewhere as well. And we'll just let the graphic catch itself up. You know, let's just get rid of it for the moment, maybe. Actually, I can't do that, so it's not going to work. So plenty going on. And we'll see what's happening as we come through the line. There we go, everything's now updated itself. So Liam leads, Blizzard in second, Domi in third. Having made up a place at the start, Surface drops down. He's in fourth position. Suso up 3 positions to fifth. He was fighting with Mikey, who's dropped all the way down the field to P15. So a terrible start there for the debutant in the Mercedes after a great qualifying session as well. Drops 10 places already, but he's going to try and make one of those places back at the expense of Ayamotti into turn 13. No DRS. He pushes the Haas off the road slightly there as well. And then you can see the AlphaTauri getting through as well. That's Gully getting through as we finally get the predicted pit stop strategy. Soft to hard or medium to hard. Lap 10 to 12 for those on the soft. That's the one to keep an eye on as we move forward. But interesting first lap there. We now have everything where we want it to be, but it's a Williams 1-2. And look at this. They've already broke the slipstream to Domi in third, who's already a second behind Blizzard. So the Williams boys are really on form once again already. And Domi will be happy with third. He'll be trying to keep pace with these guys up ahead, but a podium would be a great start for him, considering that he actually had one at the end of last season. So he could bookend last season and start this one with a P3. Although he'll be hoping for a bit better than that. He'll need to get in DRS range. He's nearly got Surface out of DRS range though. He's got Suso in behind him, who's had that brilliant start in the racing point. As we jump on board with him just now. And we'll just see if he's using any battery as we come down towards the turn 11, 12 and then down towards turn 13. Very quick chicane. Do expect to see a lot of warnings through there and some penalties later on in the race, but you can see he's not catching up yet. There's no DRS available at the moment as Zach picks up a 3-second time penalty down the field. Ayamotti has dropped 5 places. He's just been passed by, or has just passed by on Gully, I think there actually, or Gilu. I will get that name wrong all season long, like I will do with pretty much all of them. But at lap 3, DRS will now be enabled. First time they'll be able to use it will be down towards turn 13, out of that quick chicane at turns 11 and 12. On board with Mikey. Into turn number 1, nice and easy. He's on the back of the AlphaTauri of Zach. No DRS down here, but he is using overtake. Look at the defence there from Zach. He had to go to the inside. A little bit of a bump of the wheels. He's going to try and go the long way round. He's got the soft compound tyres on, remember. And a little bit scruffy, but nice move there from the Mercedes driver to get back up into P13. We're not sure what happened at the start with him to drop down 10 places at one point, down to 15th position. But slowly making his way back through the field. He'll be pretty happy with that so far. Caden Forbes picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. That didn't take too long for a couple of warnings to start coming in. We're only on lap 3 and 2 drivers already have 3-second penalties, and it'll be here through this section where they're picking up the worst of them. Now watch Suso here. He's got DRS coming down towards turn 13 on Surface, but Surface just too far ahead, not able to make a move. Got to be careful though. That's Oscar Marino on his debut in the background in the Alfa Romeo in P6, trying to see what he can do as they come up to complete lap 3 and start lap number 4. And the Williams just being pegged slightly by Domi. He's just about in DRS range, but they are dropping the rest of the field. Surface is having to defend with all his life at the moment from the back of that Spaniard in the racing point. Suso is trying his absolute darndest here. He's going to have to go the long way around, but look at that nice positioning from the Greek driver, just in the middle of the road, left just enough room but no more for the racing point driver, and he decided not to take the chance too early in the race for taking chances at the moment. Don't want to be losing the front wing end plate, that will ruin your evening. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th just going through in the background. There's the top 3. You see the Red Bull Gamer holding on Johan down in 8th position there. He's moved up a position from where he started in 9th. Just trying to hold on to the back of these guys. Lee Finlay up 2 places from his start position. He's in 9th position at the moment. He's got Dario all over the back. In fact, he's got 2 McLarens all over the back of him, and Dario and Ilbos as well. And he's not got any DRS to assist him because he's 3.4 seconds out of range. Look at this, Dario's going to make the move. Here comes the Italian to the outside of turn 13. The Scotsman will attack and defend. Just gives him enough room and no more. Little bit of a bump on the wheel to the side pod. Another little bit of a bump through 14. The McLaren's off the road. His teammate's gone through and is going to have an attack now. And obviously Dario doing well. He's on the mediums. He's now going to attack his teammate round the outside. Gamer into pit lane. That's got to be a front wing change, surely, for the Red Bull driver. But we're going to watch this as they come down the start and finish straight, and the McLarens decide to just close it up, and Gamer's back underway. But we will go back to the battle. I was hoping to see if it was a wing change he needed or not, but not able to catch it in enough time. Dommy's managed to close the DRS gap up front, so he's now in DRS range on Blizzard, who's still within about half a second of his teammate Liam up front. The pole sitter still in position. Game sound is now low. Thank you very much for giving me a wee shout on that one. I'm still trying to get the balances right. Just keep me updated with that and I'll adjust it as best I can. Thank you very much for letting me know. It's the Lee Finley train. Anyone who remembers Suzuka in Japan last season will know exactly what is being spoke about there with the Lee Finley train. Right, yellow flag in sectors 1 and 2. See if we can pick up what that might be. And we've got a virtual safety car as well. Virtual safety. Oh, and it's Gamer. He's had a moment all on his own through turn 6 under the trees. Wing damage, and that's brought out a virtual safety car. Now look, Liam's picked up on it pretty well because Blizzard's dropped to 2 seconds down on his teammate, and Liam's in the pits. So Liam pitting, Blizzard carries on. Dommy pits as well, as does Surface, Suso, Oscar Marino, Johan. Will the Lee Finley train carry on or not? Yes, he carries on. So we've got a number of drivers in the pits. Boss is in the pits as well. He was on soft, so a lot of the drivers who are on the soft compound tyre deciding now's a good time to get us out of the way. Yellow flags are away, green flags underway, and a terrible day for Red Bull. Caden Forbes now with a drive-through penalty for being too quick under the virtual safety car. That's going to ruin his evening as well. Down in 8th position at the moment, but he's going to have to make a drive-through before he can even make a pit stop. He is on the hard compounded tyres, so if he can get it out of the way, he's got a chance to try and just get his head down and push on. That's not going to do him any favours at all. But Blizzard carrying on, up in the lead, 10 seconds clear of Lee Finley, who's in second now after all those pit stops. Dario in third, he's on the medium compounded tyres. Andreas in fourth, also on mediums. Number of lockups into turn 9 and turn 10. There is Zach and Giuli, the two Alpha Tauris. Sammy Bean in 7th. There's Caden Forbes, who's got that drive-through in 8th. And Liam in 9th. And look at this. Gap to the lead, 17, 18 seconds basically. And that was a relatively cheaper pit stop than normal for Liam. That's going to work really, really well for him. We'd expect to see Blizzard in sometime within, I would say, the next 10 laps, surely, is when we would expect to see the former F2 champion hitting pit lane. As you can see, he's still carrying on for the moment in time. We'll just work our way down the field just to see who's in best attacking positions. Keep an eye on. Let's see what Oscar Moreno can do down the field. He's on the back of Suso. These guys have made the pit stops onto the hard compound tyre. Yellow flag in sector 1, and it looks like we've got a Renault facing the wrong way, but just getting it back on in time before Dommy comes through in the Haas. There's Surface, his teammate. Any wing damage to Sam Eubine? Doesn't look like it visually. So he's just lost it coming out of 1 and 2. And he's managed to carry on, but that's not going to help his evening at all. He can do his teammate a bit of a favour here though and hold up Suso and Oscar Moreno though. That would certainly help the Greek driver in Surface to just pull away a little bit up front. Meanwhile, the train from the back of the Mercedes is a lot smaller now, but that McLaren is still hanging on to it like glue. Dario trying to see if he can make a move on Lee Finley, the Scotsman. As he picks up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles though, Dario just trying a bit too hard through the chicane. And Lee Finley's very good at positioning in that car, and he's going to make it the widest Mercedes possible as that McLaren gets sideways and snap happy at the end. Blizzard into pit lane. So the race leader pits, so it's the last driver on the softs. So don't expect to see another pit stop until the medium runners come in, which will be much later on in the race. 3-second time penalty for Sam Eubine. And let's just go down the field Liam coming through. Where's his teammate? He's still back there somewhere. There's Blizzard. Is he going to get out just ahead of Dommy? Yes, he is indeed. Oh, just having to close up, and Dommy nearly losing it on the rear as he comes out. Blizzard just doing enough to hold the position. Caden Forbes in for his drive-through penalty as we look back from the Williams towards Dommy. Battle for 7th and 8th. Surface just behind as well in 9th. You can see Suso and Oscar Moreno on the track map. On the standing, sorry, I've got by on Sam Eubine as well, so he's having a bit of a struggle here tonight as the Renault driver. Not able to do his teammate any favour there. As we jump back off board. He's going to jump back to what is currently the battle for the lead. Lee Finlay holding off the McLaren Dario. He's been doing that for a number of laps, even just before the virtual safety car in the pit stops. He's been doing the best he can. Caden Forbes with another 3-second time penalty. Oh dear. A drive through in 6 seconds now as the pit window's open for those on softs, but because of the virtual safety car, they've already completed their pit window period. So we'll wait to see that graphic hopefully popping back up later for those on medium and the hards. 5-second penalty for Sam Eubine. Speeding in pit lane, just getting a bit too aggressive coming into the pits. Ayamote, a 3-second time penalty now as well. Dario still hounding the back of Lee Finlay. And Lee himself will admit he didn't quite expect to be in the top tier this season. Hasn't played the game as much, hasn't put in quite as much of the time, but we know he's a quick driver. Winner last season, remember, in China. A couple of other podiums through the last couple of seasons as well. So he's definitely capable. And I'm sure as the season goes along, as Dario picks up his 2nd penalty through there in as many laps, that's not going to do him any favours. That's where Lee's experience is going to come into play later on. He's usually pretty good, without trying to give a commentator's curse, at avoiding penalties. He's not one you usually see getting too many penalties throughout a season as the Scotsman, and that usually helps him vault up the order later on in the race. Interesting part though is that the pit stop places have really helped Liam because he's now 4.2 seconds clear of his teammate Blizzard. That gap when the virtual safety car came out was about 1 second, jumped to 2 just as it came out. So it looks like Blizzard might back up to do a double stack as Dario tries to go around the outside of the Mercedes, but not able to do so. Oh no, it's into the wall! Into the wall it goes. I don't know if that was contact or if Lee just binned it on his own. He's got wing damage. The car certainly got squirrely on the way out. That's wing damage there for the Scotsman. That's going to make an easy move for Andreas. Lee probably won't fight that too much. And well, that's going to be an early pit stop for the Scotsman. That's going to ruin his race. You can see he's locking up, trying to get the car turned in early to avoid losing as much time as possible. But hard to tell from that angle if there was maybe contact between the two of them. Did look like Lee might have just lit the rear tyres up and just lost it a bit. He might have got a little bit of a lag bump on the way, who knows. But he's on his way to pit lane for a change of wing as the two Alpha Tauris come filtering through. He's already down to P5. And you can see that's Liam coming up behind as well, and what a race he's having so far from pole position. As Mikey picks up a 3-second time penalty, seeing another one for Sam Eubine, who's picked up about 9 seconds worth now. Suso picks one up as well, so these drivers are really pushing it in the early stages here, which is something I'm not quite expecting. A 5-second time penalty for speeding in pit lane for Lee Finlay, and he will not be able to serve that in this pit stop because it just happened. So if he comes into the pits again, and if rain is going to come at the end of the race like we've been told, then he'll need to serve it then. If not, it'll be added to his race time. So may keep an eye on that one as the race progresses on. What was the McLaren doing? I'm not going to say the expletive, obviously. I'm not too sure. Hard to tell from that angle. It could have been there was a bump between them. It did look like the Mercedes did get a bit sideways, maybe just lighten up the rear tyres and then just got a little nerf along. Don't know. Hard to tell sometimes. Driver point of views can be very different. There is some that are obvious. That one I would need to see some other views, unfortunately, before I could make a decision on that. And I've cursed Lee Finlay now, because now he's driving angry, and he's picked up a 3-second time penalty within seconds of coming out of pit lane. So, sorry Lee, if you're watching this back, buddy. I do apologise. There is Oscar Marino. We're fastly approaching halfway distance. We'll be there in about 3 laps time. And as this race starts to filter out, your top 4 are Dario in the McLaren, 2.2 seconds clear of Andreas in second in the Alfa Romeo. And you got the 2 Alpha Tauris, Zach in third, and Julie in fourth, Liam in fifth. Now Liam is the first runner who has made a pit stop. He's closing up these guys very quickly indeed. His teammate Blizzard in 6, he's gained about a second in the last couple of laps though as Blizzard, as Liam just starts to get into the back of the traffic now. I've noticed for position he is looking much quicker at the moment. He's on fresher tyres. These guys are still at the pit, so that will give him a bit of an advantage. And we'll just follow this for now. And just see what can happen. I'm just being asked by the boss man. I'm still having some issues with OBS because I was hoping to be live originally around about 6:45 to slowly go through the lineup and all the other wee bits and pieces, but things went against me. So next week, hopefully everything's fine. Here comes Liam. I don't think it's going to be long before we see the Williams flying through. Take the race, take over what is P4. On board with him just now. Let's see if he decides to use any overtake. Much quicker under the brakes there with those slightly fresher tyres. Only done 7 laps on them. DRS and overtake, but Gooley's got that and all. Late in the... Oh my goodness me! And Liam's crashed into the back of Zach. That was a late braking move from Liam, and he has thrown away what could have been a race victory here with that move. Very late lunge, gets by and misses out on Julie, smacks into the back of the other AlphaTauri as Zach spins him round, gets moving, no obvious damage of wing damage at all. That was a late move indeed, and now he's got surface all over the rear end. He's managed to hold him off for now, but that now puts Blizzard up into what is P4. And I wonder, just DRS and overtake on as long as it was, I wonder he just misjudged how quick he was going. Thought he could make it, maybe didn't think that the AlphaTauri Zach was going to be as slow in the apex, maybe, who knows, but dearie me, that's definitely not what he would have wanted from this one. The one who's going to gain from that is Blizzard, who's now in the theoretical lead off the race. There is Zach. Let's see if the AlphaTauri's got any wing damage. Doesn't look like he got damage, certainly not visible damage from that one. Oh, Blizzard picking up a time penalty, so that could be key come the end of the race. Sam, you've been getting another 3-second time penalty. He's going to have enough time penalties before long to end up in Bahrain next week on his own. But drama. How neither of them ended up with damage is hard to tell. Certainly nothing visible on either the Williams or the AlphaTauri as Caden Forbes leaves the session, so that his car will be ghosting rounds down in 14th at the moment. Terrible night for Red Bull. Caden's had a drive-through penalty. Gamer's been off, caused the virtual safety car that bunched the field back up a bit. This not a good night for Red Bull, not the start they would have wanted. This is your race leader at the moment, Daniel, in the McLaren. Up 14 positions, having started in 15th. Yellow flag somewhere in sector 2. Let's see if we can find that one. It looks like it's Sam Ubina's gain. No, it's not actually. Apologies to the Renault driver. I just seen him dropping down, but it was just Mikey getting through. And there is the ghost car of Caden Forbes as Andreas picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'm just trying to find one of the closest battles on track at the moment. It does look like it's just ahead. A bit of a train now behind Liam. dropped 1.5 seconds behind Zach, so maybe he has picked up some wing damage, but not visible. He's now starting to get a bit of a train behind him. Surface, Suso, Oscar Moreno, Johan, yellow flag, sector 3. And that's Lee Finlay minus a wing again. Oh my, what is happening with the Scotsman? This is not the start he wanted to the season, and the way he's driving that thing around, I would not be surprised if we're about to see a retirement, and what would be the first official retirement from the session. He's normally good at carrying on, but that is not what you want, and obviously he's got a 5-second penalty to take as well. Just try and switch back, there we go. Timings have disappeared. So the yellow flag somewhere in sector 1. Oh, and it's Sam Eubine. Oh, just getting on the power. He's just drifting around. Dirty tyres, possible wing damage. 5-second penalty for Lee Finlay crossing the pit lane exit. What a night. And what is Sam Eubine playing at? He's just drifting around. Has he got damage? Has he got a puncture trying to drive too fast? He's now in the middle of the road. Well, well, well. Is there a puncture on that car? Doesn't look like it. He's only had them on for 6 laps. Yeah, let's not watch that any longer. That's depressing. Dario leads, Andreas in second, Julie in third. Blizzard, your virtual race leader basically, in fourth. He's made his pit stop, the top 3 haven't. Domi though, look at Domi closing in. He's doing brilliantly at the moment in the Haas, as the Italian driver. First full season in AOR. P3 in Brazil last season. Lee Finlay with an hour time penalty. I've really cursed him. Probably cursed him as much as I was cursing OBS at the start of the stream. Domi doing well to keep up with Blizzard. We know Blizzard's quick. Former F2 champion, race winner in F2, podium. He visited the podium quite a bit last season. Nearly got that first victory, did Blizzard, in Monza in season 19, but at the moment, Domi is keeping them very, very honest indeed. We go back to Liam. He's still got this train behind him. From 7th down to 11th. Surface, Suso, Oscar Moreno and Johan. You can see them all there in picture. Williams, Renault, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. 5-second penalty for Sam Eubine. Crossing the pit lane exit line this time. It's been a debut to forget for him. There he is, back out on track. So maybe it was a puncture, maybe he had some damage that we couldn't see in a visual level. But Dario's looking good out front. Now obviously he's not going to put him in a position for the win, certainly not at this moment in time anyway. Blizzard's only 5.4 seconds behind him. Pit stop's going to probably put him down to about 11th behind Johan if he was to pit at the moment. Fastest lap just now is Liam, a 122.818, and looking down the field, he's the only driver who's managed to get into the 122s until Lee Finlay went 121.3 on a completely brand new set of softs. So that's kind of expected. Really very comfortable up in P3, still to make a pit stop, running long, doing that AlphaTauri strategy from real life that Pierre Gasly's been doing recently. Running the hard compound tyre, French driver, looking pretty comfortable. However, he's got Domi in behind him. In fact, Domi's got by in Blizzard, so apologies for missing that one. I just looked away there for a moment. I think he must have gotten down into turn number 3. Or possibly into turn number 1, just catching a bit of the stream back there. I look away for a moment, and the Italian has put himself up into P4, which is the net lead of the race. once the top three decide to pit. And Blizzard's got a penalty as well, but then again, Domi could have as well. I think he might even have two, so depending on how that one goes later on, that could be interesting. But he's looking very quick at the moment, is Domi. Harassing the back of that AlphaTauri. Sammy being with another penalty. Forget going to Bahrain, he'll be in blooming Vietnam. Carries on at this rate. And Dario pits, as does Andreas. Julie carries on, so the medium runners are in. So that puts the AlphaTauri into the lead of the race. Where have I heard that today? But Haas up in second. Domi fighting away. We look behind, we can see Blizzard trying to keep up. Domi's not going to... Is he going to look... Oh, that was almost half-hearted. Julie's already seen that one earlier from the Williams of Liam. Let's just see where they've came out. Yeah, Dario's came out in P10. Mikey's gone through Lee Finley, retires from the session, and a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car Gamer there, just going slowly, and I think that might be where Lee Finley is. Oh my goodness, rear tyre off on Lee's car. Look at this. Oh, it's away now. So Lee Finley drops it out at turn 10. That's a very strange place to lose it. Rear tyre ripped off the car. First official retirement from the race. It's the Mercedes driver. Who would he... Based on last season, if you didn't know anything else, you would maybe have said would have been one of those to keep an eye on through this season. And some good results last year, but by his own admission, hasn't been on the ball with us so far. Oh, drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. He's going to come in and take it straight away as we're back underway, but my goodness, we were watching that there. He just jammed the brakes on too late, and he's picked up a 5-second penalty as Greeley for speeding in pit lane, and that is a drive-through, and he still needs to take a pit stop, so race ruined for the French driver. That is not good at all. He'll be out the other end very shortly indeed. We are back under green flag conditions. And Domi leads, Blizzard in second. Liam is in third. Dario's just gone through on Julie, who's just came out from his drive-through. Bumps him a little bit there on the way through, but Dario holds on. Yellow flag, sector 1. Just work our way back through the order. Can't quite see who it might be as we pick up Zach and Andreas. Zach's just out of pit lane. And Mikey, I think, yeah, he's retired, so no Mercedes left in the race at the moment, although he has only left the session, so he's ghosting. But either way, a poor race for Mercedes. We'll come back to the front. Domi leading from Blizzard, half a second is the gap. Liam in third, 4.8 seconds down on this battle, and Caden Forbes out of the session as well. Could we see another safety car? It's Samu being going slow. Yeah, virtual safety car again out on track. So the third time in this race we've got a virtual safety car, and you can see that Caden's actually lost it where Gamer lost it earlier on. Coming up here shortly, we'll see if the car stays in position. We can try and get an idea of maybe of what happened. 3-second time penalty for Julian. Yeah, look at that, off to the side, missing the front wheel. That's a mess, that car. But virtual safety car. Now, can Blizzard take advantage of this? Pit stop happening for Julie. He's going to take the advantage now of the cheap pit stop. Something he's had to do a drive-through already, ruining his race. And you can see the clouds are getting darker. It's getting darker around Albert Park. Back under green flag, drive-through penalty for Ian Mottage, speeding under the virtual safety car. So penalties galore here tonight. I'm sure the stewards are going to be busy at the end of this one. But we're back underway here at Albert Park for the final part of the Australian Grand Prix, round number 1 for season 20 here on Apex Online Racing. Mikey under his ghost car is into pit lane. He's not rejoined the session, and Blizzard is looking racy. Looking like he wants to take the position back. He wants P1. He's been hunting this first AOR F1 top tier victory for the last 2 seasons now. Season 18, he got so close at Paul Ricard, fighting alongside TRL Schnitzel and Speed Barry, losing out on a 3-second time penalty on that occasion almost, as Speed Barry took the victory. Close at Monza last season, couldn't get the move done. And Jim got that one there, Williams Jim Sven. IGK, as you say, yeah, drivers picking up drive-throughs for speeding under virtual safety car. Ayamoto in for his. He really had one earlier. We're watching the battle for the lead. Liam's dropped to 5 seconds behind these guys after the virtual safety car, so looks like the birthday boy from yesterday is just slowly ebbing away, or is he waiting for this expected rain at the end of the race? Could that be what he's looking to do? Wait and see, but Blizzard's getting very, very close indeed. Back from the Haas. DRS. There goes Blizzard into the lead of the race. Nice move, DRS assisted down into turn 13. A little lock up of the brakes to do it, but he's through and into the lead now. Domi has got to fight back. He's got to make a retort now. He's got to attack. Can't defend now. You can see Blizzard's trying to break it really with a 3-second time penalty. We're seeing a lot of aim this evening. And look at the train behind Liam. Still got that train of Surface Suso, Oscar Moreno and Johan. They're just now fighting over the final podium position now, are these three? These 5, sorry. My apologies, not 3, 5. So this is over the final podium, and the pole sitter, what could it be? That lunge, it took out Zach. And you can see they're lapping Samubin. He's ghosting. Which is, I still don't agree with the ghosting for lapped cars, I really don't. Part of racing is to get by the lapped cars. I think then that's just cheating. Someone saying in the chat that Domi might be struggling with his ERS. Well, let's have a wee look at it. So I've been trying to keep the telemetry off until certain points, just to make the screen a bit fuller. You see he's only got 16%. Blizzard's got less than that though, so at the point now, Domi's actually doing a slightly better job. Maybe he was struggling at the point of the move. Maybe he decided to just let Blizzard by, sit behind them for a few laps, use the DRS and just build the battery charge back up. But yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on. We're going to have a quick look quickly at the race director side of things, because I want to know what the penalties are like. So we know Blizzard has got 3-second penalty. Domi's got nothing, so that's possibly what he's doing as well. He's playing it clever, because he knows he doesn't have a time penalty at the moment. He's got a couple of warnings, so he needs to be careful. But at the moment, he's in the box seat to take a debut victory. This is the thing here tonight. With Lee Finlay out, we are going to see a first-time winner here tonight, regardless of what happens now. Lee Finlay coming into tonight was the only Tier 1 victor over previous seasons. That was last season in China. Everyone else is either debuting or not had that first victory yet. So it's going to be a new winner on this top step off the podium here tonight. But who's it going to be at the moment? It's Blizzard, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Domi's got none. So at the moment, the Italian is at the top of the standings and is going to be looking good. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. It's none of this lot by the looks of it. Nope, they're all still together. So we'll work our way down the field, see if we can find out who it might have been. It's now disappeared. Come back, Dom. He's not doing anything, so let's follow the battle for third for a wee moment. 5-way scrap between Liam, Surface Suso, Oscar Moreno and Johan. Yellow flag in Sector 3. See if anyone loses a lot of time down here, if it's just disappeared quickly. Only be a little off-road. Wonder if it's Samubin being lapped even though he's ghosting. Very good chance of that being the case. Lap 25 of 29, and we were told there might be rain at the end. It's definitely getting dark enough for it as Domi and Blizzard. Domi went to the outside, just caught to the end of that. I didn't think he was going to be close enough under that occasion, so I didn't jump to it straight away, but Blizzard holds on the inside. Domi doesn't need to attack, but you just know the racer the racer within these guys. They will not want to do it on the penalties. They'll want to do it on the road. They'll want to win it outright as Andreas goes through for the final points position on Boss, who's done 19 laps now on those hard compound tyres. Like most of the field, in fact, if you look through all the ones that pitted under the first of 3 virtual safety cars that we've had here tonight. 3 virtual safety cars that have been seen here. Now, lap 25, a little lock up there from the Haas. But he's keeping within DRS range. So now you look and see what the battery's like. He's got 29-30%. Sammy Bean with another penalty. I'm sorry, based on how things have gone for him so far, I'm expecting to see another one before the end of the race. Not been a good debut for him. Domi not close enough. I'm going to jump back to Liam quickly, because he's being attacked by Surface and they're being caught as well. There's someone in the background. I think that might just be Dario about to make it a 6-car train. No move from Domi. So we'll keep an eye, jump between the two of them best I can. But the Liam train is now 6 cars. Liam, Surface, Suzo, Oscar Marino, Johan, Dario, Williams, Renault, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari and McLaren. 6 different drivers, 6 different teams, all in the one shot there, flying through your screen. Oh, and then we come back to Domi quickly, but he's not close enough. So we jump back to see what's going on with Liam. We're going to jump back to see if the Italian can make a move on the Brit down into 13. Not going to be close enough. Anyone fancy a move into 13 out of this slot? No, they're just following each other nicely in a train at the moment. 3 laps to go when they cross the line this time by. Coming towards the end of the Australian Grand Prix, first round, season 20 here on Apex Online Racing. Blizzard leads. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Yellow flag in sector 3. We come back to the front because this is where we're concentrating at the moment, because Domi's got a heck of a run. Going to have to go the long way round into turn number 3. Can he switch back? Blizzard will park it on the apex. No go, no dice. And he holds on to that position for now. But Domi, again, doesn't really need to attack as Dario is fighting with Johan. Got through, but then lost out. Yellow flag sector 3. Samu being out of the session. Well, it's the equivalent of a penalty, I guess. And trying to see where that might be. He's done it in pit lane, so we shouldn't see a virtual safety car because of that. So that's at least a good thing. Domi's looking brilliant here. No penalties, remember, from the Italian. Looking very clean and tidy. Very impressive performance. He was really impressive last season in Brazil. He done 3 races. He got P3 in Brazil in that season finale that's seen Danny crowned the season 19 champion. And he's looking very good at the moment. Coming on to the penultimate lap of the race. 1 more lap to go after this one. Can Domi make the move, or will he just wait? Because he's got the advantage of the penalties, so he doesn't need to worry about that one. Meanwhile, down the field, Liam holding off. The train, you see Johan's dropped away because he's fighting with Dario now. Trying to go around the outside, now to the inside. Can he make a move into 9? No, he's going to have to back out of that one. No way through. Dario picks up a penalty, so it's not going to help him in that battle. It's going to cost him the ability to make that final. We come on to the final lap of the race though. And well, What a race this has been. For all different reasons. You can see the rain on the screen now, so it's getting much too late for pit stops. Rain is falling. That's going to make this last lap so treacherous. But let's see what happens. Down towards turn 3, Domi would be clever now to not try anything silly. Because now it's greasy, now it's slippy. Just needs to get around this final 3.6 miles and he's going to pick up a debut victory. And Blizzard is going to be denied again from the victory. This time he'll have crossed the line in first as well if he finishes where he is. Gamer with a 3-second penalty at the end. Anytime those are coming up, I'm waiting to see if it might end up being the Italian in the Haas. He's hoping not. He's kept it clean all the way through. Got a little bit squirrely in the curb there though. He's going to get lucky with that one. He's running low on fuel. Just needs to keep it tidy through here though. He's got the advantage. Penalties are going to work in his favour. He just needs to get it around 13. Into 14. Blizzard's going to come through and take the win on the road. But in terms of the penalties, the man behind is going to be the man to take the flag. Zach's just gone through on Johan, who's dropping down the field, picks up a penalty. Blizzard comes up to the line. He's going to take the victory on the road, but that man there, IGK Domi, is your race winner here in Melbourne. A fantastic result from the Italian and a first ever race victory as well for him in F1. Fantastic stuff. Liam and Paul takes P3. Oscar Moreno taking P4 in his debut. Suso in P5. Surface down to 6 on penalties. Zach finishes in 7th, Johan down in 8th, Dario 9th, and Andreas rounds out the points in P10, so double points for Alfa Romeo. So they'll be pretty happy with that. Only Williams and Alfa Romeo getting 2 cars into the top 10. Il Boss finishes in 11th, Viamotti in 12th. Julie has crashed on the way out of the final corner in P13. He's going to cross the line in plenty of time because Gamer, who's had an absolute nightmare of a race, he's struggling out there. He's down in 14th. Julie crosses the line in 13th. Gamer 14th, and then it's Mikey, who's still ghosting around in 15th. But your winner, first time winner in AOR F1, is that man there in the Haas. Crossed the line in second on the road, but penalties means it's grazie, ragazzi, however you say it again, so I can never remember. The Italian is the winner. It's IGK Domi with a debut victory. The game gives Zach the driver of the day reward, but I've got to say, for no penalties, for me, it's got to be Domi as well though. Race winner here in AOR. The Italian national anthem will play for him. And for Haas, obviously, American team. What a start to the season. Blizzard once again so near yet so far. Oh, how frustrating must it be for him to get so close every time to getting the victory, to have it pulled away. But Williams second and third, so in terms of constructors' defence, they'll be happy with that at least. But Domi wins from Blizzard in second. That 3-second time penalty cost him. Liam in third, Oscar Moreno in fourth. Liam, Domi and Oscar, the only 3 drivers with no penalties there. Suzo in fifth, Surface 6, Zach 7th, Johan in 8th. Zach up from 17th from the grid. That'll be why he got that Driver of the Day award. Dario in 9th, Andreas in 10th, Boss 11th, Ayamote 12th, Julie 13th, Gamer 14th, Mikey finished 15th, but he was not in control of the car. Sam Eubin has enough penalties to get to Vietnam, never mind Bahrain, 24 seconds at the end, plus a drive-through as well. He retired in pit lane. Caden Forbes crashed into coming up towards turn 7, and Lee Finlay had a nightmare despite getting one of the quicker laps of the race. He retired as well. But only 4 drivers with no penalties. Your race winner is one of them. It's IGK Domi in the Haas. Fantastic victory from him, and a big congratulations to him as well. But as we cut along to this, normally we would have some interviews at this point. However, running on my own, and also because it took a bit longer to get the lobby going and everything, I've got some things to do before work tomorrow. There'll be no interviews tonight, unfortunately. We will get Domi in at some point just to make up for it. So if he's up for it at some point, but we will be leaving it there tonight, unfortunately, because it's getting Getting to that point, and I need to go and chuck this laptop out the window because of the hassle it gave me at the start. I'm still annoyed at that. Still annoyed. Anyway, that is it for this evening. Thank you very much to everyone for tuning in, sticking around through some of the problems as well. No idea why the first stream cut out. I'm really, really frustrated at that. I had everything lined up ready to go. I was excited for you to see, some of the things that I'd done, the graphics, etc. Hopefully showing you them through qualifying made up for it a little bit, and we can get things running a lot smoother next week when we go to Bahrain. Hopefully, my commentating partner in crime, Kieran McGinley, will be with me next week. I'll need to wait and see because I know he's got a few real life events lined up in this month as well. So, the boys going places and it's very much deserved as well. But we'll be back next week. We're starting a roundabout stream, all going well and the computer not being a nightmare. I'll start somewhere around about 10 to 5 to 7, just so we can have a quick wee recap of last week, any changes in the steward's room, and obviously just to go through everything beforehand. But that is it for tonight. Thank you very much to everyone for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, watch it back later on and comment if you wish to, if you felt I'd done good enough. I don't know. But either way, thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. I hope to see you all next time. Till then, stay safe. My name's Andy Campbell, and I'll see you again soon. Ta-da.